Hello Pisces, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your September tarot forecast. As usual, we're going to take a look at what awaits you in your love life, in your career and workspace, and what is the universal guidance and how to best utilize the energies of the months. As always, I'm going to start with the Oracle deck to get your sense of what the focus is going to be, what to pay attention to, what to keep in mind. And then we'll move on to tarot itself, and at the end I'll pull some messages from your person of interest to yourself. Okay, let's get started right away. Of course, remember to take on what resonates for your particular story and leave what doesn't. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to click that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, click the notification bell to know when new videos are coming in. Add a comment, share the video, make yourself known. Okay, so Pisces, you've got crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. Beautiful energy, especially as we are going to be approaching the full moon energy in the coming few days, and since this reading is for the whole month, then this is like an extra nudge for you to pay attention to what's going to be happening for you during the full moon, and maybe even purposefully utilize this time for that healing, for the releasing, for transmuting, for cleansing your space, cleansing your body, your surrounding, your mind, your energy, right, on all levels, as much as you can, or whatever comes up for you, right? Because if we are being triggered with something, or we remember certain memories from the past, it's usually there for a reason. Maybe pay attention to the dreamland as well, especially with being Pisces. Pisces is that strong channel of communication with the mythic world, with the ancestors, with dream world, and yeah, it feels like there's something very important for you in that realm. Okay, let's get to tarot, and I'm using the Steampunk Tarot today and see what do we have for you. Yeah, the top card, but it flew out. So we have, for the love connection, we have Seven of Wands. Let me just get you a little bit more visual here. Seven of Swords and the Justice card. Okay. For the workspace, we have Three of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Five of Cups. And the advice is Five of Swords, the Star, Page of Swords. Okay. Quite a lot of air energy here. Okay, so and I can already see how it matches that energy of healing, but also mending fences. So let's see what we have. For the love connection, you have two sevens, Seven of Wands and Seven of Swords. So to me, sevens are a lot about outlining your position in the society, right? So starting from the sixes and going up, we're talking about going out into the public. So those are not as much of personal cards or personal energies as to what's happening when we are in society, when we are surrounded by other people. And you have by the way, with the Justice card here, you could be dealing with a Libra. You have a Star, you could be dealing with an Aquarius as well. With the Justice card, you have it's like, I have a feeling that you've been putting yourself out there and you feel like you haven't gotten much of positive feedback, or you haven't been rewarded for doing that. And this is the time now where things are gonna fall into place and come into balance, where it's not gonna feel like you're pretending to be where you are. It's gonna really feel like you belong there. There may be some minor adjustments needed, but, and speaking about the love relationship, right? It's like, I mean, we all feel from time to time that we need to go for compromises, right? And maybe do a little bit of something that we wouldn't be doing if it was just us, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Ultimately, that is about like finding compromise and doing something that's acceptable for the both parties, right? But you still shouldn't lose yourself in it, right? That's the balance. Justice is also about the balance. That's the Libra energy, right? You shouldn't fall under the illusion that it's all about the other person and making them happy and not about you, but also it shouldn't be your ego stepping into the picture every time and trying to kind of start an argument, or at least convince the other person that your way is the best, right? So try to balance those things out in your relationship. See how the other person feels as well, right? So that this balanced version is not just something that works for you but doesn't work for them, right? That's about finding middle ground. And maybe once you talk about it, and with all of the swords in general, I see that the month of September is going to be a lot about coming clean with stuff, about communication and building those bridges, right? Building a bridge with someone else. So some communication is definitely required, and you may be surprised that the other person is looking exactly for what you're looking for. It's just maybe you two haven't talked much about it, or both of you have been afraid to speak out because you have had negative experience before. And for some of you, I get that you thought everything was going well, and then suddenly you lost a person, or they told you that they can't take it anymore, or something like that. Like it was something devastating, either for you or for your person, or for the both of you. But it's not the reason to keep the communication hidden and not to speak up when something is bothering you, or if you have ideas of how to make things much more exciting and enjoyable for yourself. Ideally for the both of you, right? Okay, for the career space, we have Three of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, and Five of Cups. Yeah, so looks like your heart has been broken here as well. Again, certain heartache, certain desperation. So where is my Ten of Pentacles? Where am I gonna get my abundance, right? Ten of Pentacles is actually a lot about family, and I feel like you want your workspace to feel like home, with your family. But it's also about finally getting the recognition that you deserve. And again, with crossing bridges, with mending fences, if you are working with the same people who did break your heart or disappointed you in some sort of way, it's all about restart, refresh, reset, right? Speaking out on what your values are, what your expectations are, what you're willing to contribute to the pot. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Probably because, it is like in this case, the essence of like the notion of community or family, that's like the work crew, right? Your team, your colleagues, maybe even the company itself, right? So think about how can this be, how can the law of reciprocity be kept here, right? So that you can contribute to this party, to this business, and you can get what you expect. If what you're getting is unacceptable, then also try to see whether there is some personal perspective there, right? Maybe talk to someone else, or at least try to figure out, that's what I'm getting for you, what do you actually want? What is gonna turn that frown upside down? What's gonna make you happy? But be specific with those things. And then, like, at least, I'm not necessarily saying I want to be making that amount of money. Although it could be, why not? But it's at least like, I want higher salary. I want my ideas to be heard and recognized. I want to have a team of people that I can rely on. I can delegate some things because I'm overwhelmed with the amount of work, right? Like, be specific. What is your expectation? So that you don't have to be in the heartache space or in emotional prison space where you're just in pain, right? Because your expectations in 3D are not met. But you can actually understand what is it that is missing, and that will in turn help you figure out how to get there. Maybe even by yourself you will be able to get there, or at least you will know what to ask from the group. Okay, the general advice, we have 5 of Swords, the Star, and Page of Swords. So you're supposed to shoot for the stars in the month of September, Pisces. Right? The Pisces to me is connected to the cosmos, to the stars, to the planetary objects, you know, it's out there. So that's like that's supposed to be your natural habitat out there, you know, with the big picture, with the ambitious goals. Do not fall under the illusion that we're supposed to be happy with little things in life. There is certain truth to that, but it doesn't mean that it should stop you from going forward, from developing yourself, and from helping others, right? From opening doors for yourself first, but then opening them for others. From growing from the page to the master of that specific occupation, right? And only by following your own path, you will be able essentially to help others find their purpose, find what they want to do, find their significant other, right? There's a Page of Swords here. So again, I see it's a lot about communication. These are swords as well, right? So it may seem like, what does talking have to do with conquering the world or achieving big goals? But that's where it all starts. An honest communication with yourself and with people who make a difference in your life, in your world, whether it's the love space or the career space. Okay, last but not least, I'm gonna pull some messages from your person to you. What kind of messages do we have for Pisces from their person? Okay. Okay, that's enough. So we have, do you even care? You're on. I dream about you a lot, too much, and I just want you all the time. So these are kind of similar and they flow out together. So there is a certain inner conflict on your person's mind. On the one hand, they're crazy about you and there is this super intense, super strong pull towards you. On the other hand, remember I talked about going to extremes where it's either everything for the other person or everything has to be done my way, right? So on the other hand, they see that you do step into that everything has to be done your way, right? And you could be quite intense with like pushing it across. So they are uncomfortable with that. And when you do that, Pisces, they're not sure if you care about their opinion, about their feelings, right? Does it even matter, right? And with your Ron, I'm getting there telling you, or, you know, they're saying, you're wrong if you feel like I don't have an opinion, I don't care about it. Sometimes I'm just quiet because I don't want to start an argument. It's easier to agree to what you're saying. But you're wrong thinking that I don't have an opinion or I don't want things to be done a certain way. So something to think about, and, you know, maybe to reconsider that approach, or at least like the energies of September are really going to help you find that more of that balanced space where you can compromise in a healthy way. You can have that win-win situation for the both of you. It doesn't have to be that it's not about one person winning all the time, right? It's not a battlefield. Okay, I hope this has been useful for you, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, guys.